Patriotic comrades, Jamaica, the political pot bubbling again. Paul Buchanan, former PNP candidate for St. Andrew West Central, is back. And this time, he's not just making noise. He's taking Andrew Holness straight to court. By the end of this video, you will understand why this isn't just another political gimmick. This could actually void the Prime Minister's election victory. But wait till you hear what exactly happened with those last 18 ballot boxes from Seward Gardens. That's where the real drama starts. Quick backstory. Patriotic comrades, September 3rd, 2025, General Election Day. Holness versus Buchanan. PNP versus JLP. And guess what? Up to the 87th ballot box, Comrade Buchanan was leading. Holness was trailing by nearly 100 votes. Then suddenly the final 18 ballot boxes came in from Seward Gardens and the tide turned dramatically, almost like a Netflix twist. But this one wasn't written by Shonda Rhimes. It was written by the Electoral Office of Jamaica. Patriotic comrades, if this case actually voids Holness's win, what do you think Jamaica would look like after that? Drop your predictions in the comments below. The challenge begins. Patriotic comrades, Buchanan wasn't having it. He filed an application with the constituted authority, arguing there was violence, intimidation, and irregularities that distorted the free and fair election process, all under Section 37E of the Election Petition Act, basically saying if things get messy enough to warp the result, the election can be voided. Sounds fair, right? Well, the authority didn't think so. They denied the application. Just like that. They said Buchanan didn't provide sufficient evidence to meet the legal threshold. But Comrade Buchanan, with attorney Hugh Wildman, said, hold up, the story not done yet. If Buchanan actually wins this case, Jamaica will never be the same again. Do you think the election should be voided or not? Comment yes or no in the comments below. The legal counter-strike. Patriotic comrades, so now we're at the Supreme Court level. Buchanan has filed for a judicial review. Translation: he's asking the court to look over the constituted authority's decision and say, wait, did they mess this up? And now things are getting serious. The Prime Minister himself must be served the documents. Patriotic comrades, imagine being a PM and hearing, boss, you're being sued. You might need a lawyer. Patriotic comrades, real question. Do you trust Jamaica's election system after this? Drop trust or broken below in the comments. Let's see what the people really think. The stakes. Patriotic comrades, if Comrade Buchanan wins, the St. Andrew West Central result could be voided and a rerun ordered. That means the very seat of the Prime Minister gone. Let that sink in. But if Holness's team wins again, it sends a clear message. The JLP's stronghold remains bulletproof, no matter the controversy. And there's another twist. The Attorney General is representing the constituted authority. So technically, the government is defending itself against a case about its own election. Patriotic comrades, if Holness was confident the election was clean, why does this case feel so quiet? Coincidence or strategy? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments below. My expert breakdown plus a little bit of humor. Patriotic comrades, now legally speaking, Buchanan's challenge hinges on proof of irregularity, but politically it's about optics, credibility, and the idea that Jamaica's democracy still has teeth. This isn't just Buchanan being salty. This is a battle over whether the system can hold the powerful accountable or whether green paint covers everything. Imagine if the Prime Minister actually lost his seat in court. Would that be justice or chaos? Comment justice or chaos. Let's hear your thoughts in the comments below. The big picture, patriotic comrades. So what happens November 18th? The Supreme Court hearing could set precedent, not just for St. Andrew Central, but every contested election going forward. And let's be honest, if Comrade Buchanan pulls off even a partial victory, it would be the biggest political plot twist since the Manat Dodos scandal. But what if this isn't just about Buchanan or Holness? What if there's a deeper strategy in play inside the PNP? We'll get into that conspiracy theory in the next video. Do you think Comrade Buchanan can actually make Holness rerun the election? Be honest in the comments below. Here's a summary of the highlights and the key points. Quick recap. Buchanan's legal war. Filing to void Holness's win in St. Andrew Central. Judicial review filed. Supreme Court hearing set for November 18th. Potential fallout could trigger a rerun election. PM's seat at risk. Political symbolism. PNP fighting for accountability versus JLP establishment power. So patriotic comrades, since the constituted authority decides them will block the democratic process of having the election be voided despite all of the evidence that was presented by Comrade Paul Buchanan, despite all of the irregularities that would warrant the election being voided. The constituted authority, after seeing all that overwhelming evidence, decides me now go allow this to go through and end up block the application filed by Comrade Paul Buchanan. So guess what Paul Buchanan did have to do? Them did have to go over the head of the constituted authority and go seek a judicial review and bypass the constituted authority. So if the constituted authority was in alignment with the democratic process, or if the constituted authority was actually protecting democracy, then the constituted authority would have allowed Comrade Paul Buchanan application to void the election. Then the constituted authority would allow it to go through. This is all what this is about, you know. It's about holding someone as powerful like the Prime Minister accountable, and at the same time you're upholding and protecting Jamaica's democratic process. So if you see all of the overwhelming evidence as the constituted authority and you still decide, say, me not see no reason for allow this to go through, then you are not protecting Jamaica's democracy or the democratic process. Whether the Prime Minister win or not, you know, the fact that all of these things what took place on election day in the constituency of Comrade Paul Buchanan and Andrew Holness, and all those irregularities took place on the Prime Minister's side. The Prime Minister allegedly ordered a polling station to be closed and shut down on election day. That is undemocratic. That should be illegal. That should be unconstitutional. Oh, you feel like down one polling station close on election day? To me, that come across as voter suppression. And when we want to know the polling station where the Prime Minister allegedly ordered close, was that in a PMP stronghold or was that in a JLP stronghold? All of that is important to know. Because if it was indeed in a PNP stronghold, then that is a very undemocratic process. That's voter suppression at the highest level. So yes, patriotic comrades, we can't make this slide. We have to bypass the constituted authority and just go over the head and go straight for a judicial review, and Hugh Wildman now play. And we can say that the constituted authority is being represented by the Attorney General. Said Attorney General that the Governor General went to seek legal advice. A one little circle. Everything come full circle, patriotic comrades. Just notice the one little circle. You see me? Yeah man, a sudden roll. You all of them in a one little click. And if the Prime Minister did actually win fair and square, there should be no reason for him have a problem for make the democratic process go through, and if the election to get void based on every and all irregularities that took place on election day, then you respect the democratic process as the Prime Minister, and you make the void go through because you know you win fair and square. And on that merit, because you know you win fair and square, even if there is a re-election, you know it can beat you because you win fair and square. You actually know within your heart of hearts, say you did nothing wrong. You did not steal the election, so there is no way it can beat you because you won fair and square. But when you have irregularities like over the Seaward Gardens polling station division, Zane, and the last set of ballot boxes them what would have fallen at the 18 ballot boxes them were left from the Seaward Gardens polling station, where all they need to do are just go up the road, you see me, and then reach the drop-off destination probably in a minute or less. All them have to do are go up the road, you know, and if them go in the opposite direction and go way around the world, circle galaxy, stop on the moon, then they left go Saturn, and then come back to Earth, and then drop off those ballot boxes, something no look right there, so that look sus. Something is off about that picture, because you're supposed to go up the road, you're not supposed to go down the road, and then it take you, me don't know, hours to drop them off back. That no look right, nothing about that no feel right. And despite all that overwhelming evidence, the constituted authority decides to nope, me not allow your application to go through for void the election. You see me? How can you ignore several eyewitness accounts? Remember, I'm not here saying it's eyewitness accounts, and you want to disregard them and bypass them like, oh, nothing to see here. No, it can't work like that. We not gonna allow this to just slide. And patriotic comrades, you know already, you know, if Holness losing seat, he cannot be the Prime Minister, because you have to be a member of Parliament to be the Prime Minister. You have to win your seat to be the Prime Minister. So them have to go put Holness in our safe JLP seat if he lose the re-election, or option number 2, then replace him as Prime Minister. And because we already know that the JLP is actually faking that they're a united party, because they're not united just because them a win, why them put up this fake united front. But you have people like Tufton who want to be Prime Minister and party leader. And this would be the perfect opportunity for all of the viper them in the JLP party who don't like Andrew Holness secretly and I pray for the political demise like this situation for the downfall of them party leader Andrew Holness. Those vipers will be coming for him because those vipers in the JLP tired of Holness and Juliet Holness stranglehold on the Jamaica Labour Party. I'm telling you already, the only reason why they not come for them already are because everybody eat a food, everybody belly full, so that's why they overlook and allow the Holness dynasty for reign and go on for this long, but they are not united, not even close. You see me? So don't be fooled by this fake united JLP. United me foot, never. Trick them a tricky Jamaican people. You see me? Just because they are winning. We see the corruption scandals over the health ministry. We see unfinished hospitals. We're gone in the billions. We are over budget. So when people comfortable and everybody eat a food, sure, you know, me just go and relax because me eat a food and, you know, millions and billions of tax dollars I get siphoned off in my pocket. So me just go and clutch, you know. You see me? Me need not kill up myself. You see me? If be no party leader yet because me I eat a food. You see me? And guess what? That is how you keep your enemies them at bay. You allow them to eat a food. So they now go to, you know, in a rush to come for your political throne yet. Because them eat a food. Come on. And they are preoccupied with eating more and more food. So this is why, despite you will see several scandals come out about the health ministry, uno sit often remain resolute on instance and say, oh, let's move on from this. Nothing to see here. Come out with the PR propaganda spin, because that's what the JLP is, a PR political party. They are not a party we build on substance. Pure PR. Smoke and mirrors. They're like dark magicians. So you would think the Prime Minister would call for Tufton resignation or take him off a front line and fling him on a back bench. But because they want another secret, you have to handle how you deal with people like Tufton them with care. We see how Juliet Holness deal with Everal Warmington in a parliament. You notice how she talk to him soft when Warmington come out and say, oi, he's standing order, say everything fina English, wanna come in and chat Spanish for. Even though the standing orders was suspended, meaning the Spanish was allowed to be spoken. Warmington come out wrong and strong, typical JLP, staying true to form, and say, oi, me no want hear no Spanish in here because me no chat Spanish. You notice how calm and soft Juliet Holness deal with him? It would appear allegedly like she lock off his mic one at a time. And Warmington say, what? I lock off my mic. And instantly mic turn on back. So just pay attention to them things there. Remember, you know, the PMP them just walk out, you know, because them a lock off the mic for Mark Golding, Julian Robinson, and Comrade Christopher Brown. She just lock off the mic on the PNP, and Marky G decided to them walk out. And we see how softly she dealt with Everal Warmington. The Speaker of the House is supposed to be politically neutral, even though she is from the government side. You see me? The job as Speaker of the House is to actually be neutral and split justice down the middle, but whenever that happened, we see she was more softer towards Everal Warmington, even though Warmington was wrong because the standing orders was suspended. Now that same courtesy should have applied to us over the PNP, but that was not the case. So we had no choice but to walk out because you disrespect Mark Golding by locking off his mic and Julian Robinson mic and Comrade Christopher Brown mic. Christopher Brown couldn't even get to asking question. I'll know we don't know why question really big because she keep on lock off his mic and member. You see me? So we have to just Pay attention to the small details. And them they make all of the difference, and them they are the pieces where complete the puzzle full circle. Patriotic comrades, make we just address everybody. We are going to say, well, everybody over the JLP and the JLP supporters, then we are going to say, oh, the Jamaican people have spoken and we never thief no election. Make we just address the elephant in the room. Patriotic comrades, me personally, patriotic Jamaican, now listen me carefully. I would not go steal one election for get catch. When I steal an election, it will be well stolen. No one steals an election to get catch. Let me actually rephrase that better. No one in their right, intelligent, intellectual mind steals an election for get catch. Worse at a political level. You see me? So I could just rubbish the argument. So if the JLP did thief the election then a modern time and you'd have proof. Did you just say proof? Me not thief if you find proof, much less easily go find proof, or even a YouTuber can go find proof. No, and it is easy for elections be stolen. You see me? All you have to do is just spend your money and buy out the right people in the right places. So it is expensive to steal an election because it take a lot of money. It take millions. Cause whole heap of people you have to go buy out. Whole heap of people you have to go pay for look the other way. Whole heap of people you have to go pay for protect you when the time comes. Because them and say the whole of uno in a collusion in actually stealing a general election or going against the will of the Jamaican people who actually voted for the PNP and a Mark Jefferson Golding. So yes, elections are still being stolen in modern times. It is easy to do once you're in a power and you have the money. So I know nothing hard. So everything where some people are come with are just some lame pathetic excuse, if you try make it look like oh bro, stop campaign, the election done and the Jamaican people have spoken, like what Tufton did say to Dr. Daz as a shaming language tactic for silence him and quiet him, and I try brand Dr. Daz as being a sore bitter loser because we lost the election. Remember I said Tufton them are marketing genius, so them know how to spin things politically, you understand, and try paint or turn the victim into the villain and the actual villain into the victim. That our Tufton them specialize in marketing and PR branding strategy. Patriotic comrades, so do you think Comrade Buchanan's challenge is a bold move for justice or a desperate grab for relevance? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read everyone. If you learned something new today, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because the next one is gonna be even hotter.